All right, guys. So I wanted to talk to you guys about this memo. Let's just get straight into it. Um, a postal employee sent me this anonymously. This is the memo right here. Let's take a look at it. So it's mandatory stand-up talk. This was issued by the United States Postal Inspection Service. Filming on postal property. And as you could see right here, August 24th, 2022. So this is very recent, just, yesterday. So very, very recent. Recently, we've seen instances of people taking video outside postal service facilities. Some have even filmed inside our lobbies. These videos are posted to social media and attempt to capture our employees in argumentative situations which cast the postal service in a negative light. First of all, my response to this is that you are responsible for your own actions. Your postal employees are responsible for their own actions. I can speak for myself. When I go inside of post office, I'm not agitating anyone. I'm not trying to bother anybody. So if you're going to act that way and you're going to go crazy and go postal, pun intended, that's on you. That's your decision, and that's what you plan on doing. Anyway, but that's just their way of trying to blame, the journalist or the First Amendment auditor for their employees' bad behavior. More than 400 of these videos were posted last year, and about 550 have been posted so far this year. So it's good to know that the United States Postal Inspection Service are counting all these videos that are on YouTube. If you encounter someone filming on postal property, follow these simple steps. The 3 R's: to protect yourself, our customers, and the USPS. So that's what this is basically about, right? This is not about to protect themselves or the customers. This is about protecting the image of the United States Postal Service. That's what this is about here, guys. So it's about protecting the image of the United States Postal Service. So, and, up here they say recently, this has been going on for years now. This is a very fresh memo. I've seen other memos that have been, passed around, but this one I confirmed from an actual postal employee, so I know this. I verified this. This is actually legit. But I've seen a memo to this effect. But it's just sad that they have to keep sending out these memos, right? So the first step is to refrain. In other words, don't take the bait. Don't take the bait. Yeah, I guess that's a smart move. Don't take the bait if there was any bait. Don't go in front of people and start saying, "Don't record me." The goal of these individuals is to elicit a confrontational responses from our employees. No one, retail associates, supervisors, managers, or postmasters, should approach these individuals. No one, retail associates, supervisors, managers, or postmasters, should approach these individuals. And then it has a bunch of bullet points here. Don't insist they stop filming or state they're violating the law. This is my favorite bullet point. Don't insist they stop filming or state they're violating the law. You know how many post offices I've been in? It's against federal law to film inside of a post office. I hear that all the time. It's, ever since 9/11, I've been told. Ever since 9/11, it's considered a terrorist act to film inside of a post office. It's against the law. Blah, blah, blah. Even the Postal Inspection Service is telling these people to don't tell anybody to stop recording and don't state that they're violating the law, because we're not. And Poster 7 is a law. For those of you who don't know that, Poster 7, the rules and regulations governing conduct on postal property, that is actually, a federal code. So it is a law. So we're not violating that, right? So for all the trolls out there, and, we have a bunch of troll channels out there. You guys know who you are, who talk about Poster 7, rules and regulations governing conduct on postal property, that it doesn't give us permission to film in the post office, besides the First Amendment of the United States Constitution giving us, the right to film in publicly accessible areas and public spaces. The United States Postal Service, wouldn't they just tell them? This is the law enforcement division of the post office. If that was true, if we were violating Poster 7 by filming inside of the post office, wouldn't they have said that here? But anyway, I bet you look dumb now, right? So let's keep going. Don't ask their names or who they represent. Basically, don't ask for press credentials when we say we're independent journalists gathering content for a story, because there's no such thing. Again, there's no such thing as official press credentials. Yes, they exist. I can make them, if I worked for a company, they can make it for you, but there's no such thing. The First Amendment grants us the right of freedom of press. Don't demand they leave the premises. Again, if what we were doing were wrong, right? If filming in publicly accessible areas of the post office was wrong, like all the troll channels and all the bootlicking channels, want to talk about how we're violating Poster 7 and postal employees need to be educated. They are being educated by the United States Postal Inspection Service right here in this memo. Don't demand they leave the premises. Pretty simple, right? Don't debate them or answer their questions. Well, that's pretty rude. You wouldn't answer any questions that I had. What if I was trying to buy some stamps or, just be friendly? But okay. Don't use personal or work smartphones to record any interactions. So, again, this has happened to me plenty of times in the post office where the postal employee will pull out their cell phone and start recording me. And, if you can record me, I can record you. You're working, receiving, not tax dollars per se. I understand that. I understand that the post office, runs itself. I understand that, kind of like a private institution, but they are government. It is government property and they are a government agency. And, when people say that the post office, it's a big misconception. They don't receive tax dollars directly, but they're a failing business, right? They're failing in their operations. So they get bailouts by the federal government all the time. That's tax dollars. Just for Corona, I think they got like $10 billion. That's our money that's going to them. So while it's not officially receiving tax money, they do receive bailouts by the people. So the second step is to report. If you see someone taking video in and around the facility, tell your supervisor or manager, and they'll tell you that there's nothing you can do because it's a constitutionally protected activity. If there's a potential safety or security risk, or the person is interfering with operations, including recording names and addresses from customer mail pieces, managers should immediately call the Postal Inspection Service hotline at 877-876-2455. Only call 911 if immediate safety or security concerns arise. So even the Postal Inspection Service is telling these people, don't call 911. If there's an issue, call us. We are the law enforcement division of the post office. They are telling people, don't call 911 unless it is unless it's an emergency, right? An immediate emergency for security and safety concerns. But otherwise, you call the Postal Inspection Service right here because they're the ones that have jurisdiction at the post office and they enforce the Poster 7 rules and regulations. So I find this part really funny right here. If there's a potential safety or security risk, or the person is interfering with operations, including recording names and addresses from customer mail. So the only time that I've ever gotten close to recording customer mail is when the actual postmaster himself held up customers' mail and tried to show it to me so I can be in violation of something. So insane again. The third step is to resume. In other words, all employees should resume normal duties, ignoring any filming in a lobby or outside of the facility, and let the inspection service or local law enforcement determine how to best handle the situation. By remaining calm and following these guidelines, refrain from interacting, report instances immediately, and resume normal work duties, you'll protect yourselves, our customers, and the Postal Service. Thanks for listening. So again, this has nothing to do with the postal employees or the customers. It has everything to do with the Postal Service because so many videos, according to the Postal Inspection Service here, 550 videos have been posted this year, 400 last year, and they all look bad. They need to take a chill pill at the post office. It's not a big deal about recording in publicly accessible areas. It's not against the law, just like they're saying here. Do not state that they're violating the law. Why would they tell them to say that? Or to not say that, excuse me. Why would they, if we were violating the law, which is Poster 7, right? Why would they say this? Do not state that they're violating the law. I mean, it sounds to me like do not state that they're violating the law and look stupid and make us look really dumb. That's what it sounds like to me. Don't tell them to stop filming because they have a right to start filming. They have a right to film. So, I thought this was very interesting, especially because there's so many troll channels and bootlicking channels out there and bootlickers all over that are like, they need to be educated. This is an internal memo. They are being educated on First Amendment, auditors, and filming inside of the post office. And they're basically saying that we can do it, and it's not illegal, and to not pay it any mind, because it's not an issue. Every time I've dealt with the Postal Inspection Service, with postal inspectors, they've never had a problem with me filming. And this is further proof. So I just wanted to share this with you guys. I think it's important. It's good educational. When one of the postal employees sent me this, I wanted to do a live really quick, and it also gave me a good excuse to do some giveaways here. I wanted to do some giveaways, so I don't really get sponsored by any companies, and I really don't want to. A lot of companies reach out to me, but I don't really want to do sponsorships, at least not right now. It has to be something I really believe in. But I do get, body cameras and different, different types of body cameras sent to me on a regular basis. And I want to share that all with you guys. People are like, hey, can you test out our body camera? Yeah, I'll test it out. Sure. Send me a few of them so I can give them away on my channel. And that's what I like to do, because I want to get back to you guys. You guys are the best. So here are the body cameras right here. I have 3 of them. I don't know if you can see. I have 3 right here. They're MuFly body cameras. So let me see. So this is right here. Let me make myself a little bit bigger, because I might want to go back to this. So right here, this is one of them. It shoots in 2K, USB-C, comes with a bunch of attachments or whatever. Again, this is the actual unit right here. I did test it out a little bit. I think it's a great, fine little body camera that, it's really small. So that I like that about it. It's very, very small. So, anytime a company reaches out to me, and if you're a company and you want to reach out to me and send me stuff so I can give it away, they're about I think $120 each. So I wanted to give them away to you guys. And the only thing you have to do to enter to win is like this video, share the video, comment down below after the video goes live. I see all your comments right now, but comment on the video after it goes live, right? It's very simple. Like this video, share the video, comment on below after the video goes live. Then there's going to be 2 steps, because I want everybody to see the video I just posted earlier today. So you go back to the video I just posted earlier today where I did a ride along with the Hubbard Police Department. Like that video, share it, and comment down below, because I think it's important to help bridge the gap that we share that video and it's seen by many people, because, I want to bridge the gap between law enforcement. That department is great. They honor their oath to the United States Constitution. They're not tyrants. I've gotten to know them very well, through various, meetings with them. I did a First Amendment audit training with them. They invited me to train their department. So they did a good job, man. I can't even express how good of a department it is and how open they are to change. No department's perfect. No person's perfect. But to do that First Amendment audit training, which is coming out this Sunday, 8/28, this Sunday. Stay tuned for that. So that's going to be a great training. I've never seen a First Amendment auditor do a training in a police department before. I could be wrong. But we're doing big things here, guys. We the people, we're doing it together. So again, you want to win one of these body cameras, I'm going to announce the winners 1 week from today. So 1 week from today, I'm going to announce the winners of the body camera contest. I have 3 of them, as you can see, just so you can see. I have 3 of them, brand new, never used. MuFly body cameras. The battery life is pretty good. Again, this is not sponsored or anything, so I'm not going to go too deep into it. But it has a magnetic clip and everything, and they're decent body cameras. I'll leave the link in the description in case you want to pick one up. But they're decent body cameras. Battery life is good. 2K footage, USB-C. I hate the micro USB, and it's been really cool. But I want to give it to one of you. So like this video, share, comment, and like the ride along video that I posted earlier today. Comment on that one and share that. And I'm going to pick people randomly just to give back to you guys. Again, not sponsored. I'm not sponsored. They just sent me these for free, and I want to give them to you guys. That's it. All right, I will answer this one question because I see it right here. Hold on. How did you get away without wearing a seatbelt? Oh, I had no idea I wasn't wearing a seatbelt, and I'm a big stickler for seatbelts during the ride along. This is what we're talking about here. I'm a big stickler for wearing seatbelts, and I made a mistake. I didn't put my seatbelt on. I had that big, bulletproof vest on at the time. So I guess that threw me off or something. But always wear your seatbelt. Luckily, I didn't get a ticket. All right, guys. So I'm not going to make this video long. I kind of botched the beginning of it. But I just wanted to show you guys this memo here. I'll put this in my community feed. I'll upload it to a Google Drive. I'm taking this with me on all my future audits. I'm taking this with me. So just in case we have any problems, we can show them their own memo where it says, don't tell me to stop recording. I'm not violating the law. Don't ask to see press credentials. Don't tell me to leave the premises. Don't do any of these things, from the Law Enforcement Division of the United States Postal Service. So there you go. All right, guys. Well, as always, stay safe. God bless. I'll see you in the next video. Long Island Audit. Peace.